Hello, and welcome to Such Inspirations with Dale. I hope I can inspire you, and before it's over, I hope we can inspire each other. Empowerment deals with having the authority to be able to do something, to achieve something. What are you empowered to do? What is it that you are trying to achieve? What is it that you are trying to do? Having the empowerment means you have the authority to speak life over yourself. You have the authority to think about different ways you can achieve. What is that goal that you have sitting out that you always tell yourself, I'm going to do it later. I don't have enough money. I don't have the right network. I don't have the right resources. But you can also empower yourself to go to those places. If you don't know anybody, you can go to the places where the people that you're trying to connect to are located. Who knows? That person that you see just might be the very person that you need to be in contact with. Life has chances. And see, just by chance and happenstance, you make music. And before you know it, you might just be in a place or a location where they have top music executives. Could be just where you just getting out of your car, and by chance you may be talking to someone, and that person may just be the music producer. Just by chance, ways you can empower yourself. But in order to empower yourself, you have to speak life into your situation. Believe in yourself. Think of ways you can achieve those goals. Because if you keep talking about it long enough, you keep saying it long enough, you keep putting action into it, because you got to do something now. So if you put action in it, eventually it will happen. Write down things that you want to do. Write down your 3 to 5 year plan and find those details that you need to do in order to make that happen. Sometimes it's as simple as going to those places. You don't have to live there. You just go to those areas of the neighborhood. Hang out and watch those people. See hello. Thank you for joining. Go to those places. Hang out around the area. And see what happens. Empower yourself also through education. So you put yourself in the right position. Be around people that are doing these things already. Find ways to be in position by going to those places, not just going, but speaking life into yourself. And then educate yourself. If you don't have the money and you're trying to empower yourself through education, you don't always have to be in a college course. Sometimes they're free classes, free resources. The internet is full of resources. YouTube is definitely a lot of resources. We have ChatGPT and Google that are also great resources for you. So when you find ways to empower yourself, that means you have to take action. You have to move. You can't just sit still when you're trying to take action. You can do and you can be whatever it is you want to be. But it begins with your mindset, though. You have to say it and believe it. And then when you write those goals down, don't just write them just to have them on a piece of paper. Revisit those goals periodically. Continue to revisit those goals. Continue to look for ways to aspire yourself to be whatever it is that you're trying to do. Trying to be, rather. Because there's always a plan. And you don't know how it sometimes can only take one moment for you to be in the right place at the right time. So set yourself up for these things. You never know when that right moment's going to be. Because you could just be sitting down talking to someone, and they could be the very person that you need in your circle. So sometimes we don't pay attention to a person or look at the way that they're dressed. But just because they're dressed a certain way, hello, thank you for joining. Just because they dress a certain way don't mean that they don't have the connect that you need, that connection. Because I can remember a mentor I had, that was my mentor that I have, that was telling me that your network is your net worth. And that means that sometimes you don't have the money, but if you have the right people, the right connections, then you can still get what you need. So don't just shun a person off just because of the way they're dressed, because that very person could be dressed down because they're doing a certain thing at that particular moment. And then it'd be too late to run to them when you overlook them when they're dressed up, because they're going to say, okay, the other day when I saw you, you walked right past me, didn't even speak, just because I had on my jogging pants. So I always find a way to have conversations. Conversations are another way to empower yourself, because the more people you have in your circle that are consistently doing the right thing, that is. Because you don't want everybody in your circle and they're not doing what they need to be doing. You want somebody in your circle who are elevating themselves, empowering themselves too. I'm sure you've heard this before, where you don't want to be the smartest person in your circle, because if you're the smartest person in your circle, then your circle is too small, and that's definitely not the right circle. So the right circle to be in is one that is going to Hello, Deborah. Oh, you spell your name just like I do. So do you say it Deborah or do you say it Deborah? And after I got older and I saw how sophisticated and classy Deborah sounds, I said I should have been saying Deborah. But nevertheless, I'm still happy with being Deborah. Deborah does sound really nice though. So it's pronounced, my name is pronounced as Deborah. But one thing that I can say is another way that you can empower yourself is you can continue to just be able to connect. Connections are key. Education is key. Self-education is also key, because some things that they don't teach us in school and in college, like financial literacy, we find ourselves having to teach that to ourselves, because schools don't teach. I'm not sure what all the business courses teach, but they don't teach a lot about the different things that we need for life, as such as balancing your checkbook, balancing your business, making sure you have all the things that you need with those finances and the investments and stocks. We don't hear a lot about that at school. Most of the time at school, we hear about how to go get a job. But what about that passive income? Another way that you can empower yourself is putting yourself in the right financial situation. I'm still learning all that myself too. So we have to continue to grow, continue to inspire each other, continue to learn from each other. So again, this is Deborah Rocks, and I hope I have inspired you, because you have certainly inspired me. And always love yourself for the wonderful person you are. And when you look in the mirror, what is your daily affirmation? It is, when I look in the mirror, what do I see? I see God's image looking back at me, because I don't like me, because I love me. Can't you see? Stay inspired. Again, this is Deborah Watford Rocks with Such an Inspirations with Deb.